Good morning and welcome to Washington Live. We are powered by KCTC. I am your host, Tim Elliott. And to my right is super producer, Alex Snyder.
Good to be here.
Tippy top of the morning to you, Alex.
Tippy top on a Monday.
On a Monday. My guest today is Cary with the Public Library. Good morning, Cary.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to talk more in a little bit.
Sure.
We got to get rid of some. We got to get rid of some of this fluff.
Okay.
We got a little fluff.
All right.
For the main event.
Before we get to the main event.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You're welcome to join in any part of the conversation. My sheet says it's Friday, October 3rd.
Well,
just so you're aware.
Sometimes people forget to change things.
I wondered if I was living in a time warp somewhere and
maybe,
I went back in time.
Maybe it is. Well, then we would have whoever we had Griner Buildings on right now.
October 3rd? That was a long time ago.
Wait, does it say October?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it does. And maybe it's just the first time I've paid attention, Alex.
It's definitely said October.
It very well could be.
Well, we've
I
only
don't think I've ever looked at the date before until today. But it's here in bold. It says Friday, October 3rd.
Yeah, we'll just go with that then.
So, for all you joining us, you get to redo all of October. The weather today, hey, Alex, have you been outside?
Yeah, I have.
Did you walk to work today?
I did. I walked past your business.
Awesome. You didn't need a coat?
Nope. Just walk like this.
It's really nice today.
It is.
Calling for a high of 70, partly cloudy. Tonight, a low of 41. We could sleep outside if you wanted.
Yep. Pitch
Under the
10.
stars. Tomorrow, it looks to be just as nice. High of 64. That's nice stuff for November.
is.
It really is.
Or October, if you go by my sheet. I'm not going to let you get away with this.
No.
You're going to have to do a better job of proving. What if I would have said, Happy Friday, everyone?
Everybody would have thought it was Friday.
Everybody would have. We do have some community events, Alex.
We do.
Well, let's start with Saturday. It's Veterans Day. That's always a good day and a good thing to remember. Almost everybody's had somebody in their life that has been touched by a veteran. So hopefully that is everybody's giving that some thought. The Halcyon House on Thursday has a caregivers class at 10 o'clock Thursday. It doesn't say how long, and it doesn't matter.
Till 11:30.
Well, aren't you the guy in the know?
Yeah.
You just like holding that
Well,
over. Do you do that to Mike in Mount Pleasant?
No, I would never do that to Mike in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, you put me kind of in a bad spot. First, I'm on the wrong day,
That's the goal.
and then I don't have all the information, so I look uninformed. But that's okay, Alex. I forgive you.
Well, thank you for giving me.
Did you do anything fun this weekend?
I just unpacked stuff.
Still
My new
unpacking?
apartment. Yeah. Well, I was kind of lazy last week, and I've only been there for during a weekday after I get home from work. I'm like, I don't want to unpack boxes.
No,
So I did this weekend.
that's okay. You had an extra hour because we went off of daylight savings time.
It's true.
Does that affect you whatsoever?
No.
Do you stay up later?
Well, last night it kind of affected me because I kept feeling like it was later than it actually was. Like I would look at the clock and I'd be like, oh, it's
Your body feels like you
8,
should
yeah.
go to bed, but it's at 8 o'clock.
yeah. So
I don't change all my clocks right away.
no, you leave them a little bit.
I leave them for a while until my body gets used to it again.
So you just go by the old time.
I'm just kind of more suited to standard time. I think that's what it should just be. But I don't think I'm ever going to win that argument, ever. So, okay, so we got a couple community events. We got that out of the road. Police report.
Police report.
Kind of a slow weekend. Apparently, a juvenile was writing on a road closed sign on South Iowa.
I wonder who he was writing.
Well, I wonder what's closed on South Iowa. I can't even picture. I might have to take a drive.
I don't even know what South Iowa is, so.
And we don't even have 92 somebody that responded.
No, that's all we got.
But somebody did respond, and they that either couldn't find the juvenile, who was maybe just emphasizing that the road was closed. Maybe they were just outlining it so it could be seen. So I'm going to take a drive later and see if I can see the road closed sign. Somebody else is having an issue with their neighbor. They're putting things on their property. And apparently the neighbor likes to mow because the neighbor's mowing up to 10 feet on the caller's property. 92.9, who we don't know who that is.
We don't know.
They responded and talked to the neighbors, and everything was, the stuff was on the caller's property, but not too much. And 92.9 was able to get the parties to cooperate. Amazon delivery driver was bitten by a dog.
It happens.
I'm surprised that doesn't. How come we don't see that every week?
Well, dogs do not like mailmen, so.
Yeah. This is the new age mailman. We still have mailmen, but mail people. But the Amazon driver, there's lots of them. Report will be filed, 9221. Don't know who that is either.
We don't know.
We should ask the sheriff and the police chief. I'll talk to Jim.
You talk to Jim.
You talk to Jared. You know where the sheriff's department is? Just say no.
No. Why would I know?
It wouldn't be any fun if I didn't make a little bit of, if I didn't razz you a little bit about where things are. You know how to get here. You know where my office is.
Yeah.
You had a shoot at Cafe Dodici.
Yep, I did.
I did get you there without driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you know what? Okay. You know what? It kind of bit me in the butt because I had to walk back again because I left something.
Yeah.
And I had to walk back again.
Well, walking's good.
Yeah, if you don't forget something.
Well, it's okay. It's only like a block.
Yeah, it isn't. It's not far at all.
You can make it. Well, all right. That's all we got. Just an ordinary day. Still don't have Iowa City, but we can live without it. I'm about ready to just boycott Iowa City call logs from here on. Okay, enough about that. Let's take a little break, and then we'll come back with Cary.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank. Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross, Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
I am Melissa Westfall with Homegirl Realty. Heather and Charlotte and I have worked together for many years, and we have always had a vision to have a business together.
I'm Charlotte Howard, and the good news is we bring a very high level of experience. We have a combined 80 plus years of experience in this real estate marketplace.
I'm Heather Merrick, and Homegirl Realty brings a lot of things to the table. We have phenomenal communication with our clients, buyers and sellers, to make sure things are going smoothly and you don't have anything to worry about.
Come and discover the perfect blend of fashion and home decor at Purposefully You Boutique and Home. Find that love it, gotta have it outfit or rustic farmhouse decor. Take one of our DIY sign workshops or rediscover a treasured piece of furniture with Annie Sloan chalk paint. Conveniently located at 107 West 2nd Street in Washington in the Carson Plumbing Building, 1 block north of the downtown square. Purposefully You Boutique and Home, where we are here to inspire you.
Hey Andrea, what do lawyers wear to court? Lawsuits.
Good morning and welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. Today is November the 6th, unlike my sheet that says October the 3rd. But that's only for my benefit. The rest of you already know it's Monday, October 6th, or November 6th. Carrie, good morning.
Good morning.
You are with Washington. You are the, your title is?
I'm the library director.
Library director, the director of library of Washington Library. And not so new, but kind of new.
I have been here for just a little over 2 years
See,
now.
so, I mean, to me, in the library world, that feels like kind of a short time.
It is.
And only because I think our directors before have really been a long time, many, many, many years. So, what do we need to know about the library? Every once in a while, I read stuff about, what was it? Crocheting and knitting? Crocheting.
Sticks and strings, yeah.
Sticks and strings. We talked about that. Alex and I really didn't know what was going on there.
Well, Sticks and Strings is a great group of ladies who get together once a month. In the summertime, they'll go sit out in the park. And, you know, when they can't sit out in the park anymore, they'll come sit on the second floor of the library and look out the window at the park. And they all, what they have in common is they like to do some sort of fiber work, whether it's crocheting or knitting or embroidery or weaving or something like that. So they all have their projects. They bring them, and
so do they work collectively?
No. They work independently on their projects, and you know sometimes they'll talk about what they're doing, and sometimes they'll talk about something totally different. And so you know there's kind of a core group of ladies that have been doing this for a long time, but they always welcome new people to come and join them, and it's just a great group.
So my question would be, if Alex and I brought all the stuff we needed, would those ladies be able to show me how to do this stuff? Would they take the time?
They probably would. Yeah.
Do you know how to do it? Are you well versed in crocheting and knitting?
No, they kind of frighten me because they're really good, and they're really serious about what they do too. But yes, they are very kind to people, and you know I think trying to help everybody along. So it's a great group, and that's kind of how we got started on a new project that I've been kind of making the rounds, talking to different groups about these days, because they work with their hands. They're creating things. And so we've got a new project that's going on right now called the Make It Place.
Make It Place.
The Make It Place. Do y'all know what a makerspace is?
I do not.
Okay. Well, a makerspace can kind of be what any community wants it to be. So it could be sewing, knitting, crocheting, but a lot of libraries have expanded, you know, some of those kind of more crafty arts to 3D printing, laser engraving, pottery, scanning photographs, and, you know, digitizing VHS tapes, and, you know, STEAM stuff for kids, robotics, coding, Lego.
Cool.
That kind of thing. So you may not know this, but our library is 30,000 square feet. We've got about 10,000 square feet per floor. And so there was about 3,000 square feet in the basement that was just left unfinished when the building was built 14 years ago we opened. And so that space had just been kind of used for storage ever since then. And so, I don't know, shortly after I got here, we kind of started talking about what that space might be, what we could do for it, you know, what we don't have in our current library. We're doing some community surveys, asking people, you know, how they wanted us to expand and do some different things. And so the idea of a makerspace came up. Some of my previous libraries that I've worked in had developed makerspace projects. And so we talked to our foundation, the Washington Free Public Library Foundation, about helping us with funding to be able to convert that space into a makerspace. And so they were really enthusiastic about the idea. The library board was enthusiastic about it. And so last spring we started working with an architect to design the space, did some more community surveys about what people wanted to have in that space. And it was really interesting because the most popular idea in the survey was pottery.
Really?
Pottery wheels, a kiln, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Huh.
That came out number one, and kind of second to that was 3D printing.
That's so cool.
And so we've kind of taken all, in designing this space, we've kind of taken all those ideas to heart. And so we started construction on the project at the end of September. Mm-hmm. And so construction should be finished right now. Things are going along pretty according to schedule. And so looks like we'll be done with construction towards the middle of January. And so at that point, we'll be ordering and installing equipment in the different areas, and then doing training.
So you'll have different spaces within the makerspace.
Yes. And a lot of it will be really mobile too. So, for example, we've kind of got a multi-purpose space where you might be able to have a sewing class one day. And then you wheel your sewing machines back into the storage area. You can put out the laptops and have an Adobe Photoshop class the next day, or a class on the laser cutter, or your Cricut vinyl cutter, or that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. There's a space for kids too, and that's great. So you could have a small class for kids one day on, say, coding. But then if you want to have a large event for kids, you can make it larger, and you can have 30 or 40 kids.
I think that would be so difficult to plan for so many different kinds of things in a 10,000 square foot space that probably really don't get it all.
3,000 square foot space, because our basement, we've got our genealogy area down there too.
I wanted to ask about that.
Yeah.
When we maybe after the break, we'll talk a little bit about that. That sounds really cool. So do you know the projects that are you going to get a 3D printer?
Well, yes, we will absolutely get a 3D printer. In fact, we've had actually a community member who has donated a couple 3D printers so far too, that we're going to be practicing on pretty soon. But yes, we kind of have our equipment wish list out there right now, and we're waiting for some grant possibilities that hopefully will come through for us within the next month or so, and then we'll be able to decide, what we can afford and what we're going to move forward with right away, and what maybe may have to wait a little bit.
So do you have like a top 3 or 4 or 5 that you really want to get, or it's too early to say?
Pottery was, like I said, it's the, makerspace ought to be what the community wants it to be. And so, you don't ask people questions if you don't follow through with what they say that they want. So I think we definitely will have a couple potter's wheels and a kiln. In fact, we have an area that's designated just for that. In researching a lot of this, we learned about the dangers of clay dust and everything. And so there's a separate ventilation system built in for that area that will then protect the rest of our electronic equipment from the clay dust that might be in the air. So definitely pottery. Definitely 3D printing, definitely an area for kids that we're going to have a Lego wall that they can build on, and so space for them to do just really kind of a variety of STEAM activities.
I would venture to say that kids would also gravitate to that 3D printer. They just naturally are curious and want to figure that out.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that works. Are there programs you buy for those printers?
Yes.
So you couldn't really program one.
You use a computer that's attached to the 3D printer, and then there are websites out there that basically have libraries of different objects that you can build on a 3D printer. So you download the plans for what it is that you want to create on the 3D printer, or if you're just like really good at this, then you can design your own plans.
You make your own
for it. Yeah, download those to the computer, which then tells the 3D printer what to do.
Mm-hmm. So cool. So you got a pottery wheels, 1 or 2 of those, and some 3D printer. What else are you thinking?
We'll have a Glowforge laser cutter. So,
Okay.
you know, you can put a variety of different materials in there, from wood to vinyl to, you know, a lot of different things that you can do with that laser engraver. And you know, just like with the 3D printer, you can download plans that then tell the laser engraver what it needs to do to be able to do its work. One of the other things that people were really excited about is kind of what some libraries have called a retro technology lab, where you can take your old VHS tapes and your 8mm film and your old photographs.
We all have those.
And digitize.
Alex, he doesn't.
And, you know, put those into a format that you can actually use these days. So people have been really excited about that.
That's kind of cool too, because up to now, because I didn't realize that this technology was basically available to anybody. There was companies out there you could send all your stuff to, and they would do it for you for a fee.
But you'll be able to come and do it yourself at the library.
How cool that the library is changing that much to make it way more interactive and way more interesting. Not that going there to read the newspaper or read periodicals or, you know, stay up on all the book lists that you should, you know, there's avid readers out there.
Oh, sure.
I am not an avid reader. I once was, and I still try and read, but not as often as I should. That I know. Yeah,
well, libraries are really becoming those types of places. You know, yes, we are still all about the books, because there are a lot of people who really love to read, and that's kind of their quality of life, is being able to come into the library and get books. But libraries are not just all about the books these days. They're places where people can come in and they can create, they can make their own content, and they can help other people, you know, for example, just with sewing. We probably have several volunteers that have already said, sure, I'll do a sewing class.
That's awesome.
And we've talked to a lot of teenagers who have also said, you know, I'd really like to learn to sew. And so it's not just about going in there and independently working on all of this equipment. It's also kind of about sharing your talents and teaching other people these skills.
What a great way to learn, too. Let's take a little break, Alex, and then we'll come back, and I want to talk more about the genealogy side.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
You know, it's not a question of what all you have and so on with your life. It's who is in your life and how much you care for them and how much they care for you. And Tammy definitely cares.
Tammy about 20 years ago when her daughter was in Special Olympics and I was coaching, told me that she was into doing senior benefits. We became even closer friends. She cares about everybody, especially the seniors, so call her.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, The connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Good morning and welcome back to Washington Live. We are powered by KCTC and my super producer. I think I forgot to call you that today.
You did.
Alex. Mm-hmm. Was that why you were a little growly? Because I didn't call you super producer?
Yep. That's
well, I'm going to make it right. My super producer, Alex, is to my right. He's always there. Mm-hmm. I may not be, but he's always in that seat. Enough about you, Alex. You know. Yeah. You know the drill.
Yeah, I know the drill.
We're here today with Cary. She is our director of the Washington Public Library, and she is telling us about some really cool stuff like the Make It Place, which we're hoping is going to be live and running. Maybe not everything.
Probably in the
January.
spring.
So the spring.
Yeah, construction will be done in January, but installing equipment, furniture, all that kind of thing. And then, training staff on all these different pieces of equipment. So we're thinking probably late spring will be open.
Will you need additional staff for that, or?
We don't plan on initially having additional staff right away. We do plan on working with community volunteers, because that is really one of the great parts of the Make It Place or any maker space is that people are getting together and they're sharing their talents.
I think that makes perfect sense, because those people that have a passion, let's say, of 3D printers, maybe have been working with it for years because this technology has been around for a while. And they're well enough versed where they can teach anybody the basics and beyond. And listen, if that's somebody's passion, who better to have show somebody new into that arena how to make things happen.
Yeah, so cool. I think that's the great part of this, is it really will bring the community to get together.
Make sure you keep us up to date on the progress of this.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of excited about this. Another thing, and we were talking a little bit off air, the library is well known, and it's just kind of word of mouth. And it is for me, because I've not really delved into the genealogy part, but we apparently have one of the finest genealogy departments in this county, in this town, as anybody does across the state.
Yeah, really, that's absolutely what people tell me. And, we're really lucky. A lot of people think that the genealogy area is run by the library. It's not. We have an agreement with the Washington County Genealogical Society for that space. So that collection that's in that area, in the lower level of the library, that material is owned by the Genealogical Society. And, as far as working in that space and being able to help people find things and do their research, they have a group of just really amazing volunteers who make all of that happen. So we're really lucky not only to be able to have that collection, but to have people to work with who really have a wealth of knowledge in that area. And so generally the volunteers are there on Mondays. Okay. So we always tell people, if you want to get help in that area, come on Mondays. We will let people in. People do have to sign in, but we'll let anybody in at any point that the library is open. But we tell them, we can't necessarily help you find things down there. If you're really wanting to do research, you need to come on Mondays when volunteers are there. Yeah.
So I don't know what you think, Alex, but I think the lower level of the library is going to be the place to be here.
It really is. It really is.
I'm kind of excited about this. Like, I'd love taking my grandkids to stuff, so this would be fun. Like, I've never sat at a pottery wheel, but I know my grandkids would love it.
Yeah,
I just think they'd have so much fun at it.
You didn't have to do that in 8th grade art class or anything?
I don't think I did. I don't remember having to do that.
Yeah. I remember I did. I was really bad at it.
I remember doing that stuff, but I think I was younger than 8th grade.
Yeah.
But maybe not as, on a wheel. I was just trying to form it by hand, whatever. But cool place to be. A lot of neat stuff going on. So I'm really thankful you came in and shared this with us, and we'll stay up on top of it. Alex, you got to keep that on your radar.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to find the library, right?
Yep.
He knows where the alley of the library is.
I do know where the alley is.
That's good stuff. We're dragging Alex out ever so slowly, so he knows what's going on. We're going to move on to kind of the fun part of the show. National days. We got a couple of national days. Alex, you did a good job.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to look to see if there was anything better. But these are all good. It's National Nacho Day.
Oh.
I love nachos.
Who knew?
Who doesn't like nachos? Put some beef on them, cheese, whatever you want. Nachos anything goes with nachos. It's a strange one. It's National Saxophone Day.
Mm-hmm. Celebrate your saxophones.
I was a trombone guy, so I don't get the sax. Those are reed instruments.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that?
Then you gotta replace the reeds.
Yeah. Were you were, what was it? You trumpet? Trumpet
for 2 years.
We were brass people, you and I.
Mm-hmm. Brass guys.
No reed instrument for me. So please go out and enjoy National Nacho Day. That'll be just fun wherever you're at. And if you happen to hear Kenny G on the radio, you can celebrate National Saxophone Day. We're going into the celebrity birthdays, and if you remember how this works, Alex will put somebody up on the screen, and we have to guess how old they are.
Yeah, I'm real bad at that.
Yeah, I'm really bad. I'll go in streaks. I'll be hot, and then, like I scored a lot of points last week.
It's true.
Oh, and I won, didn't I?
What?
I won Friday.
Yeah,
you didn't update my board, by the way.
No, I think you have 1 loss and 1 win.
Yeah, well,
I gotta update.
Trying to keep the tally. So anyway, I'm looking at this, and I might know 2 of them. So
yeah,
okay.
And I don't get this list ahead of time, so
all right.
I'm seeing this for the first time.
So you couldn't Google it, right?
I could not. I do have my phone, but I don't like to give myself an advantage.
First one, Lord.
I don't
singer.
even know who that is.
Royals. The song.
Oh, I like the song. Mm-hmm. Is she a lead singer or what is she? Her name is just Lord.
Her name is Lord. She probably has a real
like
name.
Madonna.
Like Madonna,
but Lord.
Lord.
I'm happy to go first to either
go first.
To either sway you one way or the other.
Okay.
I'm going to say 28.
I'm going to say 32.
I bet you're right.
27.
Uh-huh.
Tim comes out with the point.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say. So within 2 years?
Within 2 years.
Within
3 years.
Within 3 years, you get a point.
Okay.
Right on, you get 2.
Gotcha.
So I have a commanding 1-0 lead.
Next
that
one.
can dissipate immediately. That's Lord, huh?
Adam Devine. He's from Workaholics, Pitch Perfect, Modern Family.
He was in Modern Family, wasn't he? That's where I would know.
Yeah.
I didn't know his name. I'm going to say 36.
41.
40. You guys are tied up.
Oh.
He's 40?
Mm-hmm. He's old.
Well, how long's Modern Family been off? I didn't think about that.
A while. He's not the kid though. He works with the dad. He's not the child.
Right. He was the one that liked Haley.
Yeah.
Kind of the dorky one. But a good kid.
Yeah.
I liked that show a lot. I thought that was one of the best written shows there was, Modern Family.
It was good.
I did.
Next one, Ethan Hawke.
Oh,
Dead Poet Society.
It's not at all who I thought. I thought it was a skateboarder.
Tony Hawk?
Yeah. That's who I thought.
No, this is an actor.
What's he in?
He's in Dead Poet Society.
I didn't watch
a bunch of other stuff. Before Sunrise, The Black Phone, Sinister.
I know none of these.
Training
54.
Day.
59.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
What did you guess?
I guessed whatever you're writing down. I guessed 54.
54? 43.
Ooh.
No, really?
We both missed it. We're going into the final round tied.
Okay.
Next one.
Oh, you're ahead, right?
No,
Emma Stone.
Oh.
She's attractive. She's
La
got a
La
lot
Land.
going on in that ear, though, doesn't she? Emma Stone. Tell me what she was in. Help me here.
La La Land. She was in The Amazing Spider-Man, the second Spider-Man series.
Yeah, watch that.
A lot of stuff.
Well,
Let me.
what would you guess?
He knows.
Do you know?
I do know.
Oh, you're looking
it's
at
right here.
Oh, all right.
I think 38.
I'm going to say 34.
It's a tie. 2-2. 35.
Really?
Yeah, it's a tie.
We pushed. That's the best way to start a Monday, as far as I'm concerned. We would split a trophy, Cary, but we don't have trophies. We used to have trophies that we would give to winners that they would proudly display and throw it in my face as they beat me from week to week. But fortunately, we tied, and I don't know. We can just live with
Good
that.
effort.
And,
Yes, we can live
you
with
know,
that.
That's all there is to it. Thanks again so much for coming in. We'll keep our eyes on the lower level because that's going to be the place to be.
It is.
Alex, you're going to be there all the time, I think.
Spinning some pottery.
You're going to spin some pottery and you're going to build, I don't know, something in a 3D printer. Do you know how to do any of that stuff?
A little bit. My brother has a 3D printer.
All right. You want to volunteer?
I couldn't teach anybody. I don't know enough.
Okay. Well, okay. We're going to keep our eye on that. Thank you all for joining us today. Until next time.